It's really good to be here, and good to, so good that we have this Operation Warrior Wellness. The soldiers are truly suffering. This thing of transcendental meditation, so many benefits from this meditation, but for sure it is a stress buster, traumatic stress buster. And when these soldiers get this simple, effortless technique, they're going to get their lives back again. So the whole idea is to get this to the soldiers who are suffering and turn their lives around. Thank you very much.
Transcendental meditation is a systematic, scientific program. It's an evidence-based approach to this very serious problem. It is the most extensively researched program to provide deep relaxation and physiological rest deeper than sleep. The acute stress that can occur during combat and that can lead to PTSD can take the mind and put it in a state of constant aggravation and excess activation, which leads to the symptoms of PTSD.
I was 17 on December 7th, 1941, and I turned 18 on February 15th, 1942, and I enlisted in the Army Air Corps to become an aviation cadet to fly fighter planes against the Japanese, whom I hated for what they did on December 7th. And on March 7th, 1945, I landed a P-51 with my squadron on Iwo Jima. The sights, the sounds, the smells, I still see as I stand here today. Early this year, I received a phone call from a young lady by the name of Lynn Clark, and she asked me a question. She said, "Jerry, do you know anything about military uniforms?" And I said, "Yes, why?" She said, "Dory committed suicide yesterday, and we want to dress his uniform. We want to put the medals on so he can be buried." I knew what soldiers suffered from, and that his death affected me deeply. And I also knew what the David Lynch Foundation was about. And in one phone call, I asked, could we have a Veterans Division of the David Lynch Foundation? And instantaneously, the answer came back, yes. And this is the launch today of that foundation. We have the ability to teach young people who are suffering tremendously, and meditation can help them. So I appreciate the fact that David Lynch is launching Operation Warrior Wellness, and thank you very, very much.
It is appropriate, I think, for TM to be implemented for PTSD. We have great research, as Dr. Hagelin alluded to. It's been studied in PTSD and been found to be effective, and it's effective in addressing all the little bits and pieces and components of PTSD. It's easy to do, easy to learn, effortless to perform. It's really a very suitable intervention. But a pound of, or rather an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. The Army now is recognizing that soldier resilience is something that we want to promote, both among service personnel and their families and Department of the Army civilians and so forth. TM is an appropriate intervention for that. Just about any psychological outcome that has been evaluated, whether it's moral maturity or development of ego strength or self-actualization or anxiety reduction, increased nervous system stability, just about everything improves with TM, and that's in good, healthy, normal people. So this is the population that we're looking to address.
TM, as we know, is an ancient practice that has been very cleverly adapted so that we can do it every day, twice a day in our modern lives without much stress at all, and in fact very enjoyably so. But there have been now 50 years of research in this technique, and the results are astonishing. And I should say that I'm not a TM insider. I've been in many worlds of research, pharmacological, therapeutic, and various kinds, and I came to this really in recent years. But as I delved into the research, I I came to scoff and remained to pray, you could say. I was immediately intrigued and fascinated at the excellence of the science and the large number of peer-review publications. As a psychiatrist, somebody who tries to treat people with medications and therapy, I am fully aware that they are far from perfect. The idea that we've got at our disposal this new approach that can, in a powerful and simple and profound way, help people for the most part on their own, without ongoing input by mental health professionals, I think is very exciting, especially in this era of diminishing resources. Thank you.
The fame, the celebrity, the consumerism, the wealth, all of these things that pledge happiness but deliver so little of substance. And in learning about transcendental meditation, I found very quickly access to a deeper state of happiness, which is very profound and absolute. See, like as I said, I can only talk about my personal experiences. What it felt to me was like the dissolution of my idea of myself. Like I felt like separateness evaporated. I felt this tremendous sense of oneness. I find it, I'm quite an erratic thinker, quite an adrenalized person. And like, but through meditation, I felt this sort of beautiful serenity and selfless connection. You know, my sort of tendency towards selfishness, I felt like, I felt that kind of exposed as a superficial and pointless perspective to have. I felt a very relaxed sense of oneness. I felt love, you know, sort of love for myself, but also love for everybody else. But now it felt absolute, without initiation or conclusion, a constant sense of absolute love between all of us. This, for me, is a beautiful thing. I'm particularly happy to learn that it is applicable to people that have endured such phenomenal and extreme experience as some of the military speakers that we've heard today. And if there's anything we can do to assist people, if there is any technique that can make their suffering temporarily or permanently alleviate, then this is something we have to research and learn more about. So I'm very, very grateful to be involved. I'm very grateful to you, David, and to you, Bob, and everyone who has spoken today, and to all of you for attending. Thank you very much. Cheers.
If we're able to teach every one of our children the opportunity to come together and create a oneness in meditation, what an opportunity this is for the world. And with all of you being able to present that message through the world, one voice, one care, one compassion, we will solve the problems that we're faced today. Thank you.
And with your help, and the help of corporations and everyone across the country, and increasingly, hopefully, from the government, because we could save billions of dollars to the Veterans Administration, to the DOD, if we can help them address this extremely pervasive and pressing problem. And with a message I hope the press brings to the world, the support needed to accomplish the full result will be soon forthcoming. That's it for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks very much to all of our panelists and support from everybody. Thank you.